Well, hey there, Whiskey Ginger fans. Thank you for joining the show. I just want to tell you, I'm on tour. I'm doing a big, old, fancy tour. I can't wait to come see you guys all over the country. I'm in Frank, California to start. I go to Indianapolis, Charlotte, North Carolina, Waukee, Iowa, Omaha, Nebraska, Kansas City, Cleveland, St. Louis, Grand Rapids, Detroit, New Orleans, San Antonio, my hometown, Chicago, Illinois. I can't wait to come see you guys. Durham, Atlanta, Charleston, Philly, New York, Phoenix, San Francisco, San Diego, Boston, and of course, Minneapolis is the last on that tour, not the least. Last but not the least. And I'm adding dates, I'm adding shows, so be on the lookout. Go to andrewsantino.com for those tickets, andrewsantino.com.
In here, we pour whiskey, 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 whiskey.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Whiskey Ginger. My guest today is one of my favorite people on earth. I say that for all my guests, but I mean once again today, it's Prof, Minnesota's finest, in the house today. Dude, thank you for being here. Cheers. Let's have a little sip of something, even though you've been day drinking way too much already.
Yes.
But we'll sip slow.
Slow.
The whole thing. Okay. Off to a good start.
That's fine whiskey.
Yeah, it's very good. That's very good. Would you like
Damn.
some more?
Yeah.
You want some more right now?
I'll sip the rest of it.
Okay, great. Perfect,
Let me try
dude.
something different this time.
Yeah,
Can I
what do you
pour-
want to try? Pick one.
This one, I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, I have to pour it for you. That's the only way. Yeah, you can't pour your own. It's illegal.
Oh,
It's rabbit old high gold. I am shocked, by the way. Welcome to Los Angeles, California.
I'm so
like
excited.
it, hate it, love it.
I'm excited. I don't like it. I used to hate it. I like it a little bit more.
Turn around real quick. Look behind you and
Oh shit.
look at that right up there for you.
Wow.
Pull that mic a little bit closer to your beautiful
Wow.
face. Wow.
I'm excited to be here, man.
So you're liking it? You do like LA?
I like you.
Okay, that's
You
good.
know, I like the company that I'm starting to keep and shit.
Yeah.
Look at how differently you pour a big one on that second.
Well, you're a guest. You don't have to chug it.
I think it's probably the in the history of the world, if you consider the timing of transportation, vehicles, you know, as cities rise and fall, is probably the worst city in the history of the world at the worst time. Sprawl, pollution,
Homelessness.
planning,
Homelessness.
and just
debt.
overall planning. The way you just look around at how big it is.
Yeah, it's bad.
And the public transit. It's probably the worst designed city in the history of the world. I don't know.
Agree.
So
It's pretty dog shit. And boy, oh boy, do I love calling it home. You know, the one thing I like about it is that everybody left. I like that everybody left. Everyone left LA, and now it doesn't feel like, don't you think it
There's
feels like
space.
calmer and slower? And I feel like we're cleaned out a little bit. It's nice.
I've only lived here after everyone left.
Oh, that's right. You don't know the difference, child. McCone McCorkery. We were talking about names before we started the show, and I need to bring up another thing. But Prof said to me that Macaulay Culkin's full name was Macaulay Culkin.
he changed, Macaulay Culkin changed his middle name to Macaulay Culkin.
I was like, that's bullshit.
So if you want to read the full name off, it sounds like
It sounds like Macaulay Culkin.
McCulkin.
No, Macaulay
Culkin.
Culkin.
Yeah.
Because his name was Macaulay Carson Culkin. He changed from Carson to Macaulay Culkin. And he did it in 2018 after holding a vote through his website to choose a new middle name. That won the vote.
Oh.
He announced April 2019 the name was completed. He legally changed it. Sad. Do you think that's Michael? Do you think that's MJ that did all that stuff?
That made him change his name.
Yeah. He got him good, huh?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it
don't know.
was.
You think he got him?
I think he got him good. I think he got him good. I think after Home Alone 2 Lost in New York came out, it was all downhill
too
from
much.
that.
He
Yeah,
had
it was
to
too
have
much.
it.
Michael just had to have it.
Yeah.
And he ruined that kid's whole life.
You saw the documentary on it, on the Michael Jackson.
yeah,
years back?
yeah.
Oh man, when the details came out, and I was like, oh, that multiple people said he likes to like bend, like I don't get into those details. I was like, absolutely, he's
Yeah, it's
he's
the worst.
He did it for sure.
First of all, the fact that everybody was like, "What's so abnormal about having sleepovers with kids?"
Oh God.
And you're like, "What's normal? What could be normal about it?" And the fact that the parents were just like, "Oh yeah, go sleep with your hero. Go sleep in the same bed as your hero." These parents should be locked
That's
up.
distorted.
They should be locked up for the rest of their lives. That's
parents'
crazy.
fault. Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, on a good news tip,
Yeah.
you're in LA. You're shooting.
Yeah.
But you
Haven't
said to me,
killed anyone yet.
well, bad aim.
Yeah.
Aim right, baby.
Yeah.
But you said that what I found interesting before we started rolling was clips, not full videos anymore.
The music video is dead.
Do you really think forever it'll never come back?
I'm gonna still do them. I'm gonna waste my money on them because I love them so much. You
Yeah.
know? And I love to spend time on like art and something that no one's ever seen. And I think it's what the thing I'm best at. It's kind of one of my calling cards: live show, music video, looks.
Your live show
penis
is
size.
phenomenal. We went and
Yeah.
saw the live show in Durham or Raleigh. Which
That
one?
was random as hell, bro. You
Yeah.
guys really uplifted me, man. I was in
Yeah.
the middle of nowhere. I was on a stretch of places I'd never been, like 3 weeks in on a tour. Then you
Same.
just hit me up, like, "What's up?" I'm like, "What?
I was like, we're coming
You
down.
coming through where?"
Yeah. We were in Durham, and we went to Raleigh.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that
we took
lady
an
had
Uber down to Raleigh.
And a lady had a heart attack
Yeah, and a woman had a heart attack at your show. She didn't die though.
before the show.
It was a heart attack or a
Did
seizure?
you know? Oh, was it a seizure? I don't remember.
There was a lot of commotion.
A lot of commotion, and the girl said she does this all the time, which was maybe the funniest. Her friend goes, "She does this all the time. She's
Seizure,
fine."
seizure.
Had to been, yeah.
Seizure, yeah.
But she was, they weren't sober. The one girl, they had obviously gone out for some drinks before the show, but the girl was smoking, right? She was so like dismissive to the paramedics. She was smoking. She's like, "She's fine." The paramedics were like, "We need to check her vitals."
Well,
I was
she's
like,
swallowing her tongue. We
Yeah.
need to take her tongue out of her
I was like, "Is that your
esophagus.
best friend?" That's like the worst. She was so over it. She was like, "Oh God, I want to see the show."
Showing off again, just taking up all the attention.
Yeah. And she's prettier, bitch.
If you have epilepsy, maybe don't go to a show.
Don't go to your show.
Almost all fucking shows.
Come to my
Maybe
show.
some
If you have
country-
epilepsy, come to my show.
Yeah, come to his show.
I need it. I need more fans. No, but you know what? You're a visual artist, so there's a lot of lighting changes, sound,
Yeah.
smoke. There's all
We're
sorts
going
of
crazy.
stuff. If you can't handle that, you got to walk away.
Yeah.
When you were a kid, do you remember the most like memorable hip hop show that you went to as a kid?
I wasn't going to many, bro.
You didn't go to hip hop shows when you were a kid?
No, I didn't have any money. I was really broke. Like,
You didn't sneak in and do the evil shit?
a
You
friend of
didn't try
mine
to fence
took me to see Beastie Boys and A Tribe Called Quest at the Target Center.
Those guys together?
Yeah.
Target Center is
was
where
The Wolves
play? Yeah.
Go Wolves.
Not anymore.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Well, go to bed. Wolves,
I'm
go to
proud
bed.
of you. Get some rest.
Get a whole season of rest. Go to a
Yeah.
whole off season of rest.
Yeah, I'm proud of him. Man,
Put in a
we've
fight.
had a hard time. The worst sports team in the history of all sports.
Is it really? No, it can't be. The most losingest team of all time? It can't be the Wolves.
Yes.
No
It's us.
chance.
It's us. It's
No
us.
way. Look it up. What's the
Yeah.
most losingest sports team of all time? There's got to be something else that's
It's
way
us.
in the middle of there.
Well, maybe not after this year, but before. I mean, yes, it's us.
That Pitt's pain. You could have had a good run. You'll come back.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So Tribe and Beastie at Target Center.
Yeah, and that was like my first show.
Floor or seats?
I think like a couple seats.
Yeah, a couple of seats.
I was too young to get on the floor. I was really young, and I never went to rap shows. I was on a corner. Like I was battling people and getting into fights. And
Really?
shit. Yeah.
So you were not into the.
I was really.
You were not
doing-
a fan.
No, I was just busy being a fucking numbskull. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny to think, though. It's like, I guess the assumption is that every performance artist is a fan, but the varying levels. But you kind of were just like, no, I'm it. It's me. I'm him.
No, we were just drinking. We were poor. And, like, especially in high school days, like, I wasn't going out seeing any shows. Like, I was throwing shows. I was like, let me try this shit
Yeah.
right away.
So what are we talking? How poor are we talking? Are we talking poor?
I mean, yeah, I was on government assistance for a long time.
Oh, Gov cheese?
Section 8 housing and stuff like that. I was in the hood, Powderhorn. It was real. I was just on the way back with Ryan Sickler.
Love.
And
It's my boy.
we're going through all these pictures that I never thought I had. I thought I had no pictures of my childhood because my house burned down. I thought it was gone.
How'd it burn
And then
down?
my dad burned my house down.
Go on. Dad, you can't skip over my dad burned my house down. Let me tell you about photos.
If you really want to get to like my childhood is like super, like
Let me hear.
mad toxic.
Well, give me a piece of it, Queen.
Oh my
Go
God.
off.
Well, my fucking dad, he was like a preacher and like he was extremely charismatic, but he was also like bipolar. So he'd
Yeah.
come home from like church and like beat my ass. And then like one day we had an argument and he was like chasing me around the table and I was like, fuck that, I'm 15. I understand that you're fucking crazy, even though this was like before diagnosis. Like he was undiagnosed, you know what I mean? And then like I ran away from home and then immediately he went to the basement and started my house on fire.
Holy shit.
And burned that motherfucker down. You know
With
what I
nobody in it, though.
mean? There was the animals were in that bitch.
No.
I lost my iguana. Yeah. The dog was in that bitch, and
Okay,
he
that
jumped
one I'm
out the
concerned
window.
about. Really?
Yeah.
Gangster dog.
Yeah. And so then I came back to, I just ran away because I was hot. I went to my girlfriend's house, who was just a friend. I was young, but anyways, in the hood. And I was like, man, I was calling back. I'm going to come back for dinner, whatever, what's going on. It was just the busy signal because it was a landline.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
Beep, beep. I'm like, beep, beep, beep. I'm like, all right, well, just take me home, whatever, And then they dropped me off on the block, and there's just tons of fire trucks, fire engines. I'm talking like block was locked off. And at this time, Powderhorn in the 90s, man, bitch, I was like, oh, hell yeah, someone got shot on my block again. I was like, I'm going to see a dead body. Like, I was totally about that shit. Like, oh, damn. Like, is it my neighbor? You know what I'm saying? My neighbor was selling crack. You know what I mean? Like, and so I'm like, what's going on? Damn. And so I started, oh, this is close to my house. Oh, this is real close. And I started running, and I was like, oh, shit, there's smoke. And it was crazy. No, it was complete lawlessness. They were running up and down. There was fire bursting out of the windows. And I went in my front lawn like, ah! And there were just firemen running around like not kicking me out.
Yeah.
I was on my front lawn like I was in one of those fucking Vietnam movies. Like, ah! And yeah, man, it was, I mean, we could go for a long time on all this shit. Yeah, I have a crazy childhood.
Is he alive?
No, he's dead.
He ended it?
No, he tried to commit suicide. We found him in a bathtub up north in Duluth with his wrist slit. There was blood on the ceiling, but he survived that. Someone walked in, and he was like a nurse, so he knew how to slit his wrists. But at that time, I wasn't talking to him because
you set your house on fire?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not going to talk to you for a little while.
Yeah.
But he's not with us anymore.
So, yeah, no, I never talked to him. And then I was becoming like a man by the time I was like 18, 19. I needed like a car and shit. I was trying to get a job. And there was one time where he gave me his car, like an old Cutlass Sierra or something, just an old hoopty or whatever. And I was just like, all right, thank you. And he was like, okay, well, I love you, blah, blah. I'm like, whatever. And then he ended up dying before I was able to like hash it out with him,
Right.
Or at least fight the motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fight him, then hash it out.
I had so much anger after that shit and unresolved. The motherfucker just died of a heart attack on a stationary bike at the YMCA.
No.
Yeah.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah, he was
he a big
stubborn
guy?
as fuck. He was stubborn as fuck. He was athletic as hell. He was stubborn as hell, and he was having a heart attack, and he was just like, fuck this, I'm gonna pedal through it.
Sorry, bro. To have a heart attack, be like, God, I got a 2/10 of a mile left.
Yeah.
Just to buck it out is crazy. And mom's is alive. Your mom is alive. Yeah.
My mama's the only reason I'm trying to become a better person and things are okay in my life. She's
that's good.
a saint.
See, that's good. You got to have one or two. Isn't
Very
bad.
good, yeah.
Because sometimes people have two of two and they're both bad. So at least you got one or two.
Well,
that's the positive spin.
My dad was amazing, and I did spend like half the time with him. He would flip and he'd go crazy, but he was manic. I don't know what the fuck it was. He was high, he was low. When he was low, he snapped. But a lot of times he was high, he was like the greatest, most charismatic. He was twice as smart as I am.
Yeah.
Quick on the draw, and he ran a congregation. He was the fucking man. He was very smart, brilliant, demons, just always wrestling in his head, trying to find religion, sketching in all these books and shit, like nonstop thinking. Probably needed to get out of his head a little bit more,
Yeah, but still, you leveled out just fine.
Yeah.
I mean, you're lucky.
And then I got this matching tattoo. You hear about this story? Slit wrist, talking about how.
Well, you posted on your Instagram. I think I hit you up because you accidentally cut it on a thing. Where were you?
Yeah, I was in Atlanta. I spent the night in the Atlanta fucking Grady Trauma Unit, downtown Atlanta, on over a Saturday night.
Because they thought you tried to cut your wrist.
Yeah, but I was like, it's an accident.
Yeah, and they were like, sure it is, man.
Yeah, no, but then my doctors and surgeons were fans. They were like, oh my God, it's Prof. Like, dude, I'm such a fan. And I skipped the line, and they like hooked me up, and then I could hear them like playing my music back in the rooms and talking
while
to
they're
each other.
stitching you up.
Yeah, and then people were dying and screaming. One guy came in, hit in the head with a bat, and died. Right, like I was in the hallway because the rooms were filled up.
You hear that, kids? You got to be famous. If you're gonna get hit in the head with a bat, you want to survive. You got to be famous. Okay,
Yeah.
that's the only way.
So I think it's interesting that I have like a matching, because he slit his wrists. And
What was this on?
It was on a bus. On my wrist, I was trying to change the shower head, and the fucking thing. I probably have a lawsuit if I really wanted. Like it was leaking, so I tried to screw it in, and it failed. Not at the thread, but like the actual metal failed, and it just went like, and it was. I saved the shower head. It's sharper than a fucking razor,
And it's filled with blood.
And it didn't feel like anything. It just went, and it went super fine mist of blood everywhere, and then I looked at it, and my dog, it was like wide open, pure, no blood, all of the
Oh,
tendons.
to the
you know,
tissue
all
and
these
everything,
things,
yeah.
all these things, all the little tendons and the ropes and everything like that. Like I just went like this. I just went,
Immediately.
and I was like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like it was all silent. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying in there, and I was like, nah.
Were you home alone?
No.
Oh,
there
you're on the road.
I was on the bus. I was on
my
the tour
God,
bus.
that's right. Even worse.
And usually I shower alone because I'm like the first one out and I'm just dripping in sweat, and I just do that myself while people load out.
Right.
But the homie Wonka, who's here,
Yeah.
was in there, and Cody was in there.
Wonk, I need to go to the hospital.
Well, bro, well, at first I was in denial. I go, nah. And then I go, well, then you got to look at it.
Yeah.
Because it's there, right?
Yeah, take a look.
And then I went, there's no fucking way in hell I'm going to take my hand off this shit.
You'll start
I'm
bleeding.
going to die.
Right.
Then I knew when the logic came in, I'm not taking my hand off, and then I go,
Yeah.
it's going down.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I got the door open. I must have kicked it open. Bow! Completely naked. I don't give a fuck. I look down the hall of the bus, and they go like boom. So they turn their heads. You know, might be having a drink or just having a conversation. I'm just sitting there naked, and this ain't one of those times where I'm like, should I call 911? I don't know, to get all this
No, you gotta
trouble or
go.
whatever. I'm like, bitch. I'm like, call 911. I slit the hell out of my wrists. Like, let's go. And then they're just like this. Look at my dick. Look
Stop
back at
looking
me.
at my dick.
Yeah. Look back up at me. They're like, and I repeat that shit. And the funny thing is, like,
Did you tourniquet it before you went? Did you tie it off to something or no?
yeah, we ended up getting into that. But the funny part was, I go call 911, and then Wonka gets up. Instead of calling 911, he leaves and runs down the block and back into the venue to find our tour manager to call 911.
Bro, call.
It is like 2 or 3 lost minutes.
Yeah.
And so then my other homie was like trying to like do a tourniquet on my shit, and I'm like cut down here. He's like trying to take my whole arm. I'm like, no. Like, I don't want you to take my. I want to keep my elbow. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, just take it a little bit lower, whatever. And yeah, I didn't want to take anything off, and I was holding it as hard as I could, and like your life depended on it, like how crazy the adrenaline was going, and my hand was turning purple, and my arm was shaking. 10-15 minutes to call 911. They were like, so let's take a look at it. Like, take your hand off. And they were on speakerphone. I was like, bitch, fuck no.
Yeah.
Like, I know what I saw. Like, what do you, there's no fucking way. Like,
Right, this isn't a nick.
I want to lose my hand. I don't want to lose my life. Like, take my hand. Like, that's what I was doing. I'm like, I don't care about my hand anymore. It was like getting, yeah. And then, yeah, I ended up doing some damage. I didn't slit the artery, but there's sheaths over the artery.
Yeah.
And I split the sheath open, but the artery was
Stayed intact.
So the surgeons were coming over to me all night like, look at you, motherfucker. Damn, you're the luckiest.
Yeah, because that could have
dude
bled
alive.
out. You could have bled out easy.
Easy. Yeah.
God. That, by the way, lawsuit. Call your lawyer.
Yeah.
Who makes a shower head? Moen? We're coming after you, Moen.
Mm-hmm.
You think you're going to get off easy, Moen?
Ain't nobody got time for that, though, man.
Nah, but let me handle it. Let me sue for you.
Okay.
I'll do it.
All right.
I remember we were at a party in college at my my best friend's school. I was at his school partying, and I was fucking around with a friend of ours, and we were all drunk having fun. And I picked up this chick, and we were goofing around, like we're just fucking around, and we're drunk.
Did you have her permission to pick her up?
Yeah. It wasn't like we were fucking around, like we were all having fun, and we fell. She's laughing. I think I was trying to like, either she was trying to get on my shoulders or something. We were drunk.
Yeah.
And we fell together, and she hit the side of her head on a corner of a glass table, and we all kind of popped up, and I hit real hard because I was below her.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, fuck, like I got a little fucked up, and you bounce up real fast, and then we turned. I was like, oh no, dude, and her ear was split in like half. I mean, you could have it was like, I know, dude. And all of us, we were all just like, it's not that bad. She looked in the mirror, she's like, oh my God. I mean, it was like a clean break. It was like right through the middle of the sun. She's fine, thank God. But getting fucked up, fucking around though. Easiest way for that shit to go wrong. And you don't even realize, you're like, I had no idea how severe it was. Because I was like, oh, it's just, it's a little cut. It looked like a little cut at first. Then she like separated. I was like, oh shit, my bad. So sorry. No, but that stuff doesn't freak me out. Like the blood or the cuts or all that shit, that doesn't freak me out. And every time I go, either get blood drawn or any of that stuff, as I've gotten older now, when I look down at it, it does give me the creeps. It never used to. But now I'm like, oh, I don't like that for some reason. Like even when I get an IV, I'm like, I don't like this. I don't know what I don't like about this.
Your veins are supposed to stay
You're
closed.
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, you're in my body.
Yeah, that's very sensitive.
And sometimes they miss my vein. By the way, look at that. Can you see that?
Great
vascularity. Great vascularity,
whatever they
bro.
fucking call it.
It's pale. It's just when you're see-through.
Yeah, yeah,
Easy
that's
to hit
what
me.
it is.
Easy to hit me when I'm see-through.
Damn, do you work out?
Not anymore, dude. Not ever.
I think you
No,
finished.
I do. No, I'm done. Yeah, I hit
you
the
did
peak. I worked out too much, I worked out so much that the gyms will call me. Bro, we miss you.
Yeah.
I know you completed it, but please come. I can't. I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm in the streets.
I'm almost completed mine.
You're pretty close.
Yeah.
You're pretty close.
I just got to work on my calves and I'll be done.
Yeah, you do have the skinniest bird legs, bro. You have cute little bird legs.
I've been working on my
But you're
legs.
also 6 what?
I'm gonna dunk again. Yeah.
How old are you now?
I'm 40.
It's not happening.
It is.
Once you start,
I'm gonna dunk
over
again.
35. It's over.
I know.
Over 35, you can't.
Last time I dunked, I was about. Oh no! Yeah, that was maybe 35.
I was gonna say maybe.
It's on camera. It's on YouTube. I'm dunking on YouTube.
I got photos.
I used
I've
to be
shown
able
it.
to yam my shit. You could dunk too. Oh my, hey.
But I was nasty when I was. I was nasty when I was a kid. I could get
Really?
up. I was like the only white kid that could jump the way I could.
Me too, motherfucker. One time, two
There we go.
times. Damn. Okay.
I'm only 6'1", but I get up. We showed pictures on the other show, didn't we, of me dunking in college? I had me at Arizona State. My buddy Colin Miller had pictures of me dunking.
Yoking.
I was like the only dude of our group that could dunk that wasn't 6'5". Like if we had dudes that were 6'5", 6'6", that were hoopers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not impressive. When a 6'1" white dude dunks, everybody's like, "Oh shit!" Like it gets people's attention.
When I was in like early 20s, I was throwing down alley oops and shit. It was
Yeah, I
amazing.
missed those days.
was flying. I was
But again,
skinny.
Past 30 for me actually was like.
No, you watch me. I'm like in my
You're gonna get
stories.
back?
In my stories, every once in a while, I'm working on. It's called dunk or die. It's what I'm doing. I'm a dunk or I'm gonna kill myself. by the
One
end
hand
of the
though.
year.
2 hands isn't happening anymore.
Oh, I mean, I don't think I'm gonna dunk. I think it's probably 40% chance. Probably won't happen.
I think you
If
can.
I can get it volleyball,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
tennis
Something
ball
like
you
that,
can clear.
then I'll be happy. But I want to dunk a basketball. Again, I mean, 2-3 years ago, I couldn't even walk downstairs without pain. I had knee surgeries, back surgeries. You talking about like falling with that woman?
Yeah.
You know, I spent 10 years doing that. Just fucking slamming women through tables. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you were a semi-pro wrestler for a long time, and that's what people need to know.
that was
about
what
you.
I was known for. It was just
slamming girls to the table.
yeah.
Well, why did you have double? You had knee surgery again? We
Knee
talked about
surgery,
it
back surgery.
But what was the knees from?
I don't know.
Just getting older?
No, bro, I thought I was gonna be a professional snowboarder. I got in fights every fucking weekend. I was jumping off garages.
You were reckless.
I would be like, this party's lame as fuck. What do y'all want to do? And they'd be like, we're gonna follow you. And I'm like, let's go outside. Without any, the whole fucking party would follow me. I'd be like, what's up? What do we want to do? And I would be doing some wild shit. That was my shit.
And the back surgery, what is this on?
On my 27th birthday, I fought a man, jumped off a roof. I did a bunch of shit on my 27th birthday. I don't know exactly what did it, but I woke up the next morning and tingling on down both legs. You know what I'm saying? So
you had some kind of fracture or something like that. Like something was...
my disc.
Oh, your disc
Yeah,
popped.
we
Yeah, we
remember I
talked
was
about
telling you
herniation.
about the
yeah.
disc and shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, blew my back out. No
But
diddy.
you feel better?
Now?
Yeah.
It's something I got to deal with for forever. Like travel sucks. Like I can't
PT?
sit down. I can't sit down for more than 3 hours or something like that. So
Really?
and then I get a little, it is what it is. But I work out nonstop, and like I'm flexible as ever. I'm strong as ever.
Yeah.
I think it's something that's going to just be there.
We really are 40 and white, aren't we?
Yeah.
This
Hell
is
yeah,
it.
dog.
Hell yeah, bro.
Doesn't get any better than this, buddy.
40 and white, dude. Come see us.
No, I'm dunking this year.
In here, we pour whiskey, whiskey,
This episode of Whiskey Ginger is brought to you by BetterHelp. I've talked about BetterHelp quite a lot on the show. That's because I believe it does help, okay? Speaking to someone is a big part of my life. I think it could be a big part of your life. We're all going through something, okay? We're all moving through life, and things abruptly come and interrupt it. And that's the one thing to learn as you get older. You don't know where this is going, but you need to make time for yourself. I truly believe that. If you don't do that, it's detrimental to your physical and your mental health. These two things are definitely tied. So why not? Why not try to speak to someone about whatever's going on? Doesn't mean you have something catastrophic going on in your life. Could be something simple, but either way, why not chat it out? Get something off your chest. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely done online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. You fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Come on, why not? Never skip therapy day with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/whiskey today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, BetterHelp.com/whiskey. Hey, listen up. If you ever feel like you're stuck in this loop of rent payments, which, trust me, I know all too well, are just watching your money vanish into thin air, it's time to turn that rent game around and start earning some serious rewards. That's where BILT Rewards comes in. I wish I had this so many years ago. It's so annoying to me how much money I just wasted away when I was renting apartments all over Los Angeles. BILT is breaking ground as the first rewards program that hooks you up with points on your rent. Even if you're still rocking the old school rent check vibes, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. BILT Rewards has got your back. They'll mail the check for you. That easy. It's like having a personal rent-paying assistant. God, do I wish I didn't have to go upstairs to Steven's old stinky apartment where he didn't clip his toenails and hand him a check every single month. I hated that. Now you can pay rent hassle-free through the BILT Rewards app. Your rent game just got a major upgrade, and BILT points have been consistently ranked the highest value point currency by the Points Guy and by Bank Rate. So what are you waiting for? If you're throwing money in the air, down the tube, in the ether, lighting it on fire in rent, why not earn some BILT Rewards points, okay? You can use them towards flights, hotels, your next rent payment, or a down payment, maybe on a future home in the future. Who knows what you got going on, but BILT Rewards is going to be there to help you get there. Earn points by paying rent right now when you go to joinbilt.com/whiskey. That's joinbilt, joinbilt.com/whiskey. Go there right now. Start building for your future. Joinbilt.com/whiskey.
Ginger. I like gingers.
I think you will. Tell me the story, by the way. I want to hear it before I get lost. We talked a little bit before. You got, look, where you're from and the people you associated with growing up, you knew people that were in the streets, that were reputable street gang members.
Yeah.
And you battled one, and it ended poorly for you. Tell me the story.
It's the homie. I think Lad. You know who you are. It's great. I used to go to dive bars. Now I haven't been out in a long time. I can't. I don't like to go out in Minneapolis.
Why? Because you get recognized.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah.
It just people corner me and shit, and then it just turns into like some meet and greet, and it's just like stressful as fuck.
Oh, so it's not like a threat. Like you're feeling like someone's gonna try some dumb.
Oh
shit
no,
on
no
you.
one would fucking try me. Hell no.
Okay. All right, I like it. But you just don't want to.
All my best friends that I would go to a bar out with, I've spent a decade of reputation getting into bar fights with, like Scotchy, Albert, fucking McLean, all them, like Roz, like no.
Albert?
Is
he good?
You haven't met Albert? Or maybe you
No,
have met
I
Albert?
don't think so.
Yeah.
But I feel like he'd be good at fighting.
Dark Shark.
With a name like that.
Scotchy's the biggest. He's the
tough.
6'6", light skinned dude. And
all that light skin anger bubbling up.
yes, lots to prove. Yeah. But where we going with this?
You going out.
Oh yeah, so
Lad.
Yeah, we were talking about this back there. And, we were at the rail station. It's something else now, but the rail station on South Side. And I'm there. I really like to have like the OG. I'm not gonna say any affiliates. I'm just gonna stay.
You don't
away
need to.
From them. But the OGs in the streets, you know. And I love seeing them. Call them up, like, man, we're here. Like, what's up? And I'm just sitting here with the homies, and Lad's around, and Lad is
he's an OG.
He's him.
He's respected.
Yes, he's him on the
he's
block.
reputable.
Yeah, he's him on the block, and I just light up when I see him. I love him. He treats me so well. I just, so I'm always dapping him up, hugging. We're just kicking it. We're getting drunk, and he's like, "Come on, man, let's battle." And I'm like, oh, I look at him. I'm like, you sure? Like
In the bar.
In the bar, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a while ago, maybe. Yeah, this is a while ago. But I'm like, oh hell, you really want to? Here's an exit. You really want to battle again? Because you know what I'm gonna do. Like I have a reputation too, like battling and shit. Like and so he's like, yeah, just let's try it. Let's get right into it. And I'm like, you first.
Yeah, please.
And that's a. So he's like, just some fucking grade school rhyme, some elementary shit, and then I just step right in. And I'm like, all right, little bitch. You know what I'm saying? I don't know exactly any. Like it was pretty foggy.
Yeah.
I don't remember any like dope lines, but I had the whole circle being like, oh, because no one ever speaks to him that way.
Right.
But I know him well enough, and I'm like, are you ready for this? He said, yeah, let's go. And so I just laid into him, and I'm stepping up to him in his face, like, and I don't, he ain't used to that. But he was like, he was smiling, he was laughing, and I'm battling with him, and then all of a sudden, just like a fist, glancing blow, It's not a knockout blow. I'm not like shook, but I'm like, they missed a little bit, and they were trying as hard as they can, like a red streak, or my ear is red, probably. Right. Like they tried to hit me as hard as
What's
they can.
your instinct? You're like, who hit me? Who do you think hit you? What's your first thought when you're like, who the fuck?
That has happened to me so many times.
Oh.
I've been sucker
You
punched
get
in
sucker
those
punched all the
circles.
time.
In those circles, like, I don't know.
Who sucker punched me this time?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, oh, someone hit me. That's it.
Okay.
I'm not thinking like, the power of deduction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm fucking up a real shooter in the hood. Like I'm not really thinking clearly, and I don't know what's going on. You
Right.
know? And I look over, and it's his wifey. And no, it's not, lad. It's Chris. It's Chris. Because I saw him on the playground the other day. Yeah, 2 months ago I saw him. I'm like, bro, what's going on? And I haven't seen him in years.
What do you mean, with like his kid out in the playground or something?
Yeah, and his
That's so
wife. And I'm like, I haven't seen you in a minute. She goes, she's laughing. She's like, yeah. So anyway, she tries trying to knock me out. She's never heard anyone speak to her man like that.
And she try to knock you out.
Yeah,
but no
fists,
signal. It's not
fists.
like he was looking around mad. He was having fun.
Yeah, but the circle was going, oh, and then
Right,
she probably
right,
went in there, and I was just like in his face, you know.
That is your wife, by the way. If it was your girlfriend at the time, that becomes your wife.
Yeah, yeah.
If she tries to knock out the dude that you're battling, that must be marriage material. Mm-hmm. That's how you really fall in love.
So I'm on the playground, and they're still together, and I'm like, man, I'm just good, genuine
you meet their
emotions
kid,
towards him.
and
And
you're
then
like,
he just
your
scooped her
mom.
up. He was like, man. And she was kicking. She did not try to stop whooping my ass. He was trying to stop her, whatever. And she was just coming. And he found out, oh, she's not going to try and stop killing this dude. So he just flung his over his shoulder. We were right by the front door. He's like, all right, my bad, Prof. Like, I'll holler at you later, man. And then the feet kicking out the door like this. So just a good old Southside memory.
I've never been hit by a woman, but man, what a fun. Like, that's a moment that you're like, look, this is great. I got this. That's got to be the last time a woman's ever hit you. Or the first and the last.
No, the first was in Ramsey International Fine Arts Center. I was just a table of girls, man. I was always the class clown. Just had a lot of sharp tongue, fast jokes, and I said something to him. Just, I don't know what it was. Maybe I don't know what it was.
You were just talking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were throwing something at me, you know, and I talked to them about them, and they were all on the same page, man. And they.
Well, you got jumped by a group of chicks.
Yeah, it was about, man, it could have been 5 to 10 black girls, like stomping me on the ground, like.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't want to like.
What did you say?
I wish I could have remembered that shit.
You don't remember.
Know? I remember being like, ha! Gotcha, bitch. And then the whole table just stood up and and like I didn't think we were fighting. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hit no girl. You know. So I just curled up like this, and I do remember them stomping on my head. Like, oh damn, they're all stomping me. So that was the first time, and that's my first and last. And there's probably a lot of shit in the middle.
But getting stomped out by a group of girls is actually another point of pride, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes you who you are. You know?
Yeah. You're more solid now than ever.
Yeah.
What's something I want to tell you about for people that don't know, by the way, our relationship was found through your music, which I love, and that's why we came and saw you live. And the thing that's interesting about you is I don't know how to say this the right way, but you really are a performer's performer. Right, like some people get on stage, especially in the world of hip hop, and they just kind of do their thing, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But truly, dude, your show was so fucking fun. You let McCone's bitch ass get on stage.
Fuck.
Did you crowd surf?
No, the stage was too far away.
It was too far away.
I
right.
wanted to, but then everyone.
You were a bitch about it.
Yeah, you were
You
a bitch
guys
about it.
shook your head at me on stage.
Well, they probably didn't want you on stage in the
I
first
said-
place.
No,
like-
I was just shaking my head at you in general.
Yeah, that's
Not
that's
about
just,
if
yeah.
you're crowd surfing.
That's
or
just
not.
him being
I was
disappointed.
looking at
in
you like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, you guys were like, "Yeah, jump. We'll nod our heads when it's good to go." And I looked back, and then everyone just shook their heads. And I was like,
sometimes there's like little fights or like some people
or
aren't
there's
paying attention
something
or
going
something.
on. Yeah.
It didn't look like the crowd that would hold me up. you
Well,
know?
what is? I saw something. I just saw something that some girl crowd surfed, and died. Like some girl jumped into the crowd and they dropped her ass.
That's fucking lit.
And I was like, yeah. I mean, go out with a bang. But where was that at? She there was like a, and her parents were trying to sue or something. What did it say? What is it?
Anything crowd surfed and died.
Maybe it wasn't crowd surf. Maybe it was maybe it was maybe she was stage diving. What is it? You
I'm seeing
laughing?
a bunch of memes that said 34 dead after Lizzo attempts to crowd surf. Just seeing memes. I don't think this is
By the way,
real.
Lizzo, shout out to Lizzo for watching herself on South Park. Did you see that?
Yes.
And she kind of was like giving it the respect it deserved, which I thought was great.
Fellow Minnesota.
She could have been.
But the whole bit was South Park was like, in my understanding, I found it really her reply pretty ironic.
It was.
Because they were like,
Yeah.
she doesn't give a fuck now. And now these are the consequences to not giving a fuck. And then her reply was like, ha, but I'm that bitch that don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. And I was like, damn, I just had my head going around in circles.
It's pretty
like,
subversive, actually.
What came
It's kinda like
first,
a
the
joke
chicken
of-
or
yeah,
the
chicken or
egg?
the
I'm
egg.
like, damn.
The joke of the joke is the joke.
I like stood still for like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Had to shake myself out of it. But
Well, the opposite version of that, though, is she sees someone criticizing her and then starts a war online with people being like, you guys are fucking, fat phobic. But you know what I mean? Like, that could have been the other side of it.
Yeah.
So at least this one was more, hey, man, this is like comedy satire, clearly.
well, it's South Park, you know.
I know, but they've been able to get away with stuff that if we all say it, we're not animated. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
and
they get more mad at you when you're not
It's legendary
animated.
though. It's iconic. It's a badge of honor for a lot of people. Just,
So 100% to be referenced by it. You know, like has anybody talked shit about you that you respect that you kind of like publicly?
Nah, I'd whoop the shit out of them.
Never gonna happen. Like
Never
if somebody
gonna
put you in a song,
I've been my
You're begging for
battle
something?
rap days and shit. I'm like, I don't really like drama no more.
yeah, you
But
don't
like,
want it.
I'm still kind of interested to see if it will come around. Like, it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, like the Kendrick and Drake shit was so much fun. It was like
Yeah.
the most fun we've had in hip hop in so long.
Yeah.
It was just so like enticing. It's so good for the business of it all because it got so many people interested. Like my dad was like, "What's going on with that Drake guy? What's going on? He's in a thing with some guy?" And I was like, "This is amazing. The fact that you even know that is incredible." I mean,
Yeah.
he never listened to any of the shit. He would never pay enough attention, but he knows that his name is all over the media, and I don't know, it does something good for like the hum of it all.
I didn't see it coming, man. Like, to tell you the truth, towards the end, I'm like, after the fifth or sixth song six, you know, Walker kept on coming. We were on the road at the time, and then warming up for these shows, and he keep on coming with his laptop, like, ooh, something's a breath fresh in. And I remember being like, oh, I don't really care no more. Like,
Yeah, it got old.
Like these two dudes still bitching at each other. Like, damn, like, you know. But I was wrong. Because it's that last one that
Well, the
really
last one was the
that
one.
beat Drake with that shit.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
And I would not see like Drake be kind of like, oh, then he went silent for a while. I'm like, did this dude just lose? If I ever get into rap beef, I'm gonna call the other motherfucker a pedophile right away.
It's the easiest thing
I'm
in the
just gonna
world.
be like, you're pedophile,
That's
pedophile,
it.
pedophile,
That's
pedophile.
it.
That's it.
By the way, that song, we talked about this one time. This, do you remember this? We talked about this, the history of that Delilah song? That it was, oh God, this is going to make me so mad. Because there was something about it. It was written about some woman in high school or something like that. And he told her, I wish I knew the story of this. Could you find
It says the song was written by Tom after meeting Delilah.
that? Like a runner?
Renzo, a nationally ranked American steeplechase and
Steeplechase.
cross-country runner
Yeah,
through
yeah,
a mutual
yeah.
friend around 2002. Higgins stated, I thought she was the most beautiful girl I'd ever seen. Told her, I have a song about you already.
Yeah, right. The whole story I don't remember, but he wrote this song about this girl, and I'm wrong, but I think he told her, I'm going to write a song about you, wrote the song, and then 20 years later, got crazy, not 20 years, but a decade later,
Yeah.
got famous, and that chick heard that shit on the radio, and she's like, holy fuck, that was that dude wrote that shit about me. Because at the time they weren't, he was just a small band. They were like a nobody, and he was like, I'm writing a fucking song about you. Like,
And did the song go out and take 10 years to hit?
No, I don't think they recorded the song till a decade later. Do you know what I mean? Like it'd be like meeting this girl in high school and then starting to become an artist, and then years later being like, oh, I might use that song that I wrote. You know what I mean?
All right.
Like, have you ever had anything that you've written where it's from like that in another time like that you just
absolutely.
started now?
A lot of my shit is from the past.
Yeah.
Like I have a song that's like I perform live called Heaven, and that's not even like, that's just me imagining that I fucked up really bad, and like I'm losing my relationships and stuff. Like,
right.
A lot of it's just imaginary shit. A lot of stuff is from the past. Some stuff's from the future.
Do you ever write a song that seems like it's about you, but it's about you, like, a best friend or someone else?
Yeah, I
Where
do
you're
that
like,
shit.
That's their eyes, but it's you telling it,
Yeah,
and everybody
the different
buys
perspectives.
it.
Yeah.
I've told this on this show before, but it always makes me laugh that do you remember Ben Harper? You know the artist Ben Harper? Do you know this guy?
Yes.
Burn One Down. You know that song? I'm gonna. It was like a stoner college kid anthem. And,
Yeah. Okay.
But whatever. But I got to know him, and he's a really nice dude. And then one day I asked him. I said, "You don't
smoke weed.
You don't drink or smoke weed or anything?" He's like, "No." I was like, "That's one of the most famous songs."
Oh, I'm gonna burn one. Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
now.
and he was like, "No, that's about one of my best friends." But I told it as if it was me, and I thought that the amount of fucking potheads at his shows, they were like, "What? You don't burn?" Like,
no
blowing their
smoking in the shows. No smoking.
Yeah, guys, please don't smoke.
Yeah.
But it became such an iconic song for him, unbeknownst, like many artists. A lot of people will say, like, yeah, that song was more popular. Like, Kings of Leon notably became that Sex on Fire song, which is most certainly not their favorite song. You know what I mean? And that just happens where they're like, yeah, people love that song, but I don't like. Do you play a song that you don't really love as much, but the crowd likes it more than you like it?
There was a song way back in the day that I don't even want to mention, but I fucking will. Whatever.
Yeah, go ahead. No,
it was back when I was doing mixtapes over other people's beats. That's how old I am.
Yeah.
And one song popped me off more than ever, and that's the first thing that kind of lifted me up and thought I could make money off this shit. And for like years, that's all people wanted to hear. And
Did you know that?
I don't play it anymore. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it.
When you made it,
was
you
my
knew.
favorite. I was like, this is my hit. It was my personal favorite. I was
Well,
like,
that's good though. At least it was something you liked and not like. Sometimes we pop from things and something comes like people cross their eyes and yell at me at the airport. I'm Bob Mom. They do that to me constantly. I'll be ordering food and some guy's like Bobby Mom, and I'm like, I just a panini, a turkey panini to go.
Yeah,
it happens all the time, which is fine. It's just the thing you'd least expect sometimes. So at least if you knew it.
I don't fuck around and make music for other people. There's
It's
not
all
a
for you.
fucking one song I've ever made in my entire life was I like, oh, what do you think they'll think of this?
Right.
All my songs are for me, and I think that's how it should be. Some people it's not. Some people,
Yeah, but that's
for
your
me that's
style.
important to me.
You can tell when you see you live, which I highly recommend. If you get a chance to see him live, you can tell that you really fucking give a shit.
I'm touring this year, so regardless of when this comes out, there'll probably be something.
It'll be in a couple weeks. This will be out. Yeah. So go see. How many cities are you doing?
I'm starting with. By the time this comes out, I might already be out with Yellow Wolf. Those shows are already sold out. I mean, they're fucking. I don't even.
Are you guys?
I don't
good
even
friends?
need to promote.
Are you close with Yellow Wolf?
I used to be. I came up. Well, no, I never was close to him. But
Right.
I used to hang out with him and chill. Like my career kind of started in Atlanta, and we brushed shoulders there. He was in some music videos of mine. We did songs together. You know what I'm saying? But I haven't seen him in a minute.
Right. I didn't know if you guys were close. You just were like, sometimes it's like you, two things that bump that you're like, we're cool, but we don't really talk or whatever.
Nah, we've always been cool and cordial. Like
Scallywags.
I think we're both like gross and white, and we rap. But he's more like country, and I'm more like blues. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're both appropriate and ass motherfuckers, like you know what I'm saying? He's a little bit on the country side. I'm a little bit on the R&B or jazz
which
side.
version of appropriation is more offensive?
Oh man, I don't know.
That's interesting. Because everybody
Probably me.
Yeah,
Probably me.
it's you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're closer to it.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're both Gross and White was actually true. Gross and White should be the name of the tour. Is fucking dope.
Yeah.
What is the name of the tour?
We're not really touring together. We're just like crossing streams.
Doing shows.
It should be crossing streams.
Crossing streams is good.
Because I'm on my own tour called the Gallery Tour, and this whole art thing. Because I paint and I'm selling my paintings, and I'm doing live performances in front of my paintings, and I'm selling these prints. It's complicated as fuck, but it makes a lot of money.
Hell yeah. 40 and White. Crossing Streams coming to a theater near you. Buy a print. Are you selling just the prints? Are you actually selling
The
The OG,
I'm
the
selling
original.
the prints. I haven't sold the OG originals, so that's gonna have to be some sort of like. I don't even want to let go of them because they're up in my house and I love
Okay,
them.
but one of them at the end of the tour, you have to sell and donate all the money to charity, and then everything levels out in the world. You have to.
That's not funny at all, but that's like the best thing. I fuck with that.
Yeah, you have to.
I love that
The world
shit.
has to get leveled out at some point.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like starting to get money where I'm like, dude, I think I've had enough. Like I needed like charity. Like I have a calling to fucking this is no bullshit too. Like I'm not gonna laugh and cheers. Maybe I will after this.
yeah,
but
we
like,
will.
I want to do that shit. I love Minneapolis. We fucking burned down, and quiet philanthropy, loud philanthropy, whatever the fuck it is. Like I'm fucking with it. Like
Yeah, I think it's a good move. I
Yeah.
think it helps. I think it helps you more than it helps even the thing that you're doing. I like to do a lot of it, but it's so funny. It's like if you talk about it, I'm always like, does it devalue it if you chat about it? And then sometimes.
But then I'm like, or does that raise awareness to what you're doing? It's
I know,
like
it's
it's
50-50.
such a fucked up. Like I do a little bit of both.
It depends. I like to do small stuff a lot. Tiny stuff I think matters in a way that turns me on a little bit. Where
Like,
I'm
did you
like,
give him a slip him a dollar bill every once in
let
a
me
while?
tell you something. The amount of money I've given that fucking piece of shit is disgusting. Is it disgusting how much money I've paid you?
Yeah.
And how much money I've gotten you through other jobs? Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
No,
Yeah.
but I like that, man. I like that.
I think you
said
got to
that.
keep doing good in the community. It helps out the whole thing. Like, this is a lame story. I don't care. But last night, the server, we went out for a business dinner with some people that we're working with now, and they were very nice, and they took care of the bill. And the server was so cool, and she was so nice, and she kind of was just, I don't know, her rhythm was great. Do you know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you're like, she's putting up with our shit, she's very amicable of everyone's request, and no one's being rude, but she just was flying with whatever, and something about it, I just gave her a little bit something extra on the way out because I thought that'll be a nice thing for her night because I'm sure she got a good tip on the bill.
Yeah.
And I was like, this will be just one more little thing that maybe will transfer over her energy into something good when she gets home.
Yeah.
Or the next day for her friends. And, hey, I got broken off last night a little bit and then I get to blah.
There's two types of people
Yeah.
when they start getting money, man. Like either you get more greedy or you start to realize like, oh, this is great, and you have feel some sort of responsibility.
Now I can help people. Now I can do things. I can do the thing with everyone else. Yeah, you're right, though. It is an extreme. It's one or the other. You don't really meet someone in the middle. You're either super fucking greedy or you're like, oh, I think I want to try to like give people jobs and help out my friends and do the. It's one or the other.
You'll never see me in a Ferrari.
Well, I bought you do you want to get him the Ferrari? We bought you a Ferrari, man.
A new car!
Look under your seat. Actually, I know this sounds disgusting to say, but my friend, I have a family friend who owns a car company. They have exotic cars, and he'll let me drive a car whenever I want. If he's like, hey, do you want to drive it? Yeah, and he's giving me all these like super fancy dope cars to drive, and even like Ferraris, you will drive it and go, yeah, it's super fucking dope, but also
It's a fucking car.
It's a car.
It's still got a steering wheel.
yeah,
And
$700,000.
I need to stop at a red light.
Right. And you sometimes if you hear like, when you hit a bump and if you hear it, you're like, isn't this a fucking
This ain't made of fucking. Yeah, this is
No,
not
yeah.
an invincible made of gold and
No,
diamonds.
you're like, this sounds like every car I've ever been in. It
Yeah.
sounds like a regular ass car. And it kind of gives you perspective when you get in those. You think they're going to be infallible, like it'd be perfect and everything is, it's like wrapped in fucking gold and platinum and it's, and then you get in, you hit a bump and it goes, and you're like, what the fuck,
Yeah,
dude?
I thought I was depressed when I moved out the hood because of those riots were crazy and I was getting into fights. I was on acid. I was fighting in my alley with people.
You were fighting on acid?
Yeah, just people trying to steal my shit in the alley. My dog's barking. You know what I'm saying? I got a newborn kid and I'm just like ready to lose my life and I'm spinning on acid and, I'm saying that there's no, the third precinct is burned down and I'm like, my house is almost started on fire and those, we had to leave in the middle of the night because our house was smoking and the house beside me was on fire. And
Jesus.
so I'm like, all right, I have a successful career. I don't want to move out the hood because I love the diversity. And in Minneapolis is they say it's a liberal, Minnesota's liberal, and we always vote liberal, but they've done a very good job at being racist and redlining. And if you go to, the north side on the black, like it's not like Atlanta where there's like all colors or, like
Atlanta's
they've done a very good job at stomping on minorities. Like if you get into the suburbs and the money in Minneapolis, you start moving out, there's no diversity.
Right.
I never wanted to leave. I want my family to be around this, whatever. It got too dangerous. I'm like, all right, well, yeah, whatever. So we don't even move far away. The house ain't even the shit, but it's like a new, still in the city, still, close as I can, And I remember like, you just moved. I remember thinking, looking at the Zillow, being like, look at these pictures. Oh my God. Fantasized over it for so long. And I was just depressed. I moved in for the first couple months. I was like, depressed.
Yeah.
I was like, this didn't do it.
No. It's not.
It's not. What the fuck? This is not it. No. Materialistic shit is not it. And then that's kind of like terrifying because wherever you are, there you are.
You still got to be there.
There you are, dude.
Yeah. Your brain
wherever
didn't
you go,
change.
there you are.
Right.
You still got to sit in your shit and be like, oh damn, I have to work on myself because I felt shitty. Like, and I eventually moved into it and got comfortable in it and shit like that. And, but it was eye-opening.
Well, you bring your shit with you no matter where you go, which I think is no matter where you progress in your life. Like he just had a birthday 2 days ago, turned 25.
Yep.
Which is crazy.
That is weird.
And I think his life has changed so much. I know we're being very truly philosophical, which I like, but his life has changed so much, comedy aside. I know that he's not the same kid I met a year and a half ago because his responsibility level went up.
His head size.
You can't get much bigger than a 9.5. What size fitted hat are you in a fucking new era? What are you, like a 9?
You ain't a 9?
He's
I
gotta
don't
be
wear fitted hats.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, you can't put, that thing is insane. You know when you have, snapbacks? He's on the last single snapback. I gave him a hat one time. He's like, it doesn't fit. But no, but I've seen it through his eye, which is funny being our age. And then I've seen him, get a lot of things he thought he really wanted. Now, his happiness is leveled depending on a lot of other shit in life, but it is wild to watch him get a lot more money and jobs and work. It's exactly what he wanted. And him a lot of times tell me, I'm really burnt out and I don't know if I really want to do it. And I'm like, see, fucking, this is, yeah, man, it's fucking, it's great. It's with great pressure and responsibility is stress. And that inevitably is going to make you less happy. For sure.
Touring.
Pressure and stress
I've
is
never
tough.
been more sad than touring.
On tour.
10 minutes before a show.
Right. When you're on stage is the best time in the fucking
Let's
world.
go.
It's like, I was trying to explain this to him. They said, what do you love and hate about comedy? This guy I was with this past weekend. I said, I love doing it. It is the fucking greatest feeling on planet Earth. And I hate everything else around it. I hate everything, the travel and the thing and the business and the bullshit but that moment, it's unbeatable. But yeah, you're sitting in a hotel again alone and without your family and your friends and your
Touring
things.
is isolating
It's
as fuck, man.
super hard.
I'm stuck in my bus and I'm hearing everybody around. There's party down the street, the line around the block and shit. And I'm like trying to take a nap like I like to do before my show at a certain time. And I'm just in a bunk by myself every night, just trying to go to sleep. And I hear people, I'm like stuck in a booth.
In the coffin.
In a coffin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Who sleeps in the back? You don't sleep in the back?
So I've been touring in a bandwagon.
Oh.
Poor man's bus.
Oh, the poor man's bus. Yeah.
Yep. That's I just finished the last tour of my bandwagon, so I'm full size.
Now you're going bus.
Room.
Back
Full size
room.
back room
God
from here
bless.
on out, dog.
Yeah.
God bless. Yeah.
In here, we pour whiskey.
You know what's annoying? Bugs. Bugs are probably the most annoying thing. Every time I take the dog outside, I'm walking right into a spider web. Little buggies all over the outside patio furniture. And I'm telling you, these bugs are all over the place, and they're inside your house too. They're definitely getting inside. If they're outside, they're getting inside. That's why you need PESTIE. This podcast is sponsored by PESTIE. PESTIE is a do-it-yourself pest control company on a mission to provide pro-grade pest control products at an affordable price so you can say hello to savings and bye to bugs at a fraction of the cost of most pet control companies. And I'm telling you, with PESTIE, there's no more waiting all day for the big guy to show up when you can just spray it yourself in a few minutes. They send it to me, and it's amazing. These other pest control companies, they charge hundreds of dollars, and it's a joke. PESTIE makes a customized treatment plan for you based on your locations, bugs, and climate. So cool. And it's super easy. It takes just 10 minutes to apply. It comes in everything you need. One-in-one box, including a cool reusable electronic sprayer. Applying PESTIE is even easier than mowing your lawn. I used it and I loved it. It's also pet safe, pet friendly, all right, which I very much so like because I got a little dog roaming around the house. I don't want the dog to get sick. So you're sick of being pestered by bugs. Got to use PESTIE. Now it's time to protect your home from bugs for less with PESTIE. Head to pestie.com/whiskey. Use the code whiskey for an extra 10% off your order. Once again, that's PESTIE, PESTIE.com/whiskey for 10% off. And make sure you use my promo code whiskey so they know I sent you.
Ginger. I like gingers.
We did that. Bobby gave me the back.
So I think that'll help because these bandwagons have no suspension, bro. They're a box truck.
You feel everything, yeah.
And I'm a light sleeper, and I'm cycling in and off of sleeping pills and fucking booze and whiskey.
Get off of those
you know what I'm
sleeping
saying?
pills. Those motherfuckers are going to kill you.
No, yeah, I do. I do ones that make you sleepy but aren't addictive, and it's the shit. I can just drop them or whatever.
What are they called?
They're light as fuck.
I need to know.
It's light as hell, and a lot of times they don't work, but I can drop them.
What are they called? Do you know what they're called?
Not off the top of my head, but I can.
You got to let me know.
Yeah, I can show it to you.
I've tried a lot of stuff.
I come back home and I can.
Oh, dude, because I'm
it's
buzzing.
easy. I will never want to. I know they're addictive, and sleeping is a big stress of mine. So I don't want to do those like I don't know what class those are on, but my doctor was like, these are some other classes. I don't think you want to go. You know, I'm like,
Yeah,
nah,
like
fuck
what's
it.
the one I can't think of? What's the one that puts you to sleep that knocks you the fuck out? Ambien.
Ambien? Yep, that's
That'll
addicting
fuck
as
you
hell.
up. Have
Yeah.
you done it before?
I don't think so.
Dude, they're great. They're fucking great.
Yeah.
They are great. You feel exactly how you want to feel to get tired. You know when you're like, when you're traveling and touring and the good sleepy, heavy weighted blanket, like
Oh, yeah.
tired. Yeah, that's how you feel on that shit. Although some people sleepwalk and they do wild ass shit. Mm-hmm. But I didn't have any trouble. But I knew I liked it too much, and I thought I got to get away from this stuff because
Yeah.
I'll just want them all the time because
Yeah.
they're so fucking convenient.
Yeah, and then you can't sleep when you're off of them. That's what I hear. So, yeah. I don't know where we're at, but yeah, I think being on a bus with suspension and all that, my
Finally.
own room, a door.
Moving up.
Yeah.
And you showered on the bus. We never showered on the bus. Nobody showered in the bus.
So then you need a
We
day
showered at the
room,
venue.
Day room venues.
we always showered at the
I shower in
venue.
the venue, but some venues don't have some. Some. You know,
Yeah, no,
the
some
clubs
don't
on
have
it.
showers, but you definitely have to fucking. You got to bring all your
sandals.
supplies. Got to bring sandals because some of
Yeah.
them were fucking. Some of them, the showers were clearly where they dumped out all of their like the mop slop. You know, like that's
Throw
where
up
the
and everything on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so even with sandals, there was times with sandals I was like, God, this is fucking gross,
Yo,
dude.
okay, people don't know that. We really don't like.
No, we don't know what he
I
talks
just want
about
to do
it.
a tour and instead of being like, whoa, look at these sold out shows and all the glamour shit. I'll be like, I'll be rating like showers or
yeah,
something.
look at the
Just
shower
look at this
head.
dump. Look at where I'm shitting today.
Right.
Every day you wake up, you don't know where you're gonna shit, and these venues have horrible fucking toilet paper. The
Yeah,
most
the worst.
famous, best venues in the world, they have the worst fucking one ply. Fucking,
Yeah, it's like computer paper, bro. It hurts
Yeah,
so much.
yes.
It is the worst. I would buy toilet paper and paper towel and bring it in there with me because I know sometimes they wouldn't even
That's
have
a
it.
good idea. That's a
Sometimes they
really
wouldn't
good
have it.
idea.
I would keep it in one of the cabinets or in one of the dump bunks, and then I bring that in.
Dunk bunk.
Dump bunk. A dump
Oh,
bunk.
a dump. It's we call it a junk bunk.
Oh, we called it a dump bunk. Just because that was where all of our
Yeah, where
bullshit
all
and
of our shit
suitcases.
is. Yeah.
But I'd keep it up there and then bring it in because half of the time they would run out of stuff. And then one time we did laundry. This is so stupid. We did laundry and they have a washer and dryer for all of the. And most venues they don't say shit. And the one guy was like, "Hey, it's what was it? They tried to charge us. Do you
Oh,
remember how-
hell no.
It was like yeah, dude. I
Hell
was
no.
like, what the fuck? This costs you nothing. I'm doing a load of laundry. We're doing socks
You want
and
some
underwear.
money out my pockets, bitch? Run your pockets.
He legitimately was like, "Hey, we're gonna have to bill you guys for the laundry." And Jesse was like, "Is it cool if I go do fucking laundry? Fuck that guy. That's crazy."
Yeah.
The fact that he was like snooping downstairs, like, "You guys doing laundry again?" It's like, dude, get the fuck out of here.
laundry? Hey, who's doing laundry down here? Shit.
It was like a Sesame Street character. You guys doing laundry down here? Get the fuck out of here, man. This was like the small moments that you get on the road like that where you're like, "Hey, man, I just want clean socks and underwear. Hey, man, I just want a quick shower and wash my face." Because we've been sitting on the
Glamorous.
fucking bus. Yeah,
It is like the it's fucking. You're at the top. You're at the bottom. Like,
I know. It's so quick. You're on stage and then you're showering with a 4-foot nozzle and you have to like bend down to get your head wet and shit.
Yes.
It's so funny. The switch is heavy. How many dates are you going to do this year? Do you know? You're going into like a big tour?
No, I'm doing like a 2 or 3 week. That's up right now, and then I'm announcing another 3 week, and
And
that's
then you're
it.
going to make a new album?
I've been made a new album.
Done?
I mean, kind of. What I'm doing right now is, I mean, I got a lot of songs done, but with open verses. So I'm really swinging for the fences. I'm trying to get like
Huge cameos.
Yeah.
What do we like? Who was the? Can you say? No. Do you want to say? Come on, baby.
I don't think I should.
Come on, baby.
I don't think I should.
Okay. Well, okay. How
Because
about give me one? Give me one that you've asked that you really wanted to and it didn't work out. Have you had that? Have you had that
But
already?
it still might work out.
Okay.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you
right.
off of here.
Well,
but
you know, what'd be
like-
really fun. He could say it, and then we could beep it in the edit and let the fans guess.
Oh, like I'm trusting you.
100%. We'll do it. We'll beep it.
You can also cover your mouth.
You cover your mouth. You can cover your mouth. That way we'll know the audio. That they won't be able to read your lips.
Doja Cat.
Oh.
Wow, that's a good one.
Passed on 3 songs, but was like, damn, these are the shit.
But didn't
I'm a
say
fan.
I don't want to fuck with you.
I want to fuck with you.
Oh, that's great. That's huge.
But I don't know. I was like, yeah. And then also, I just DM'd Eminem
Oh, really?
because
Say it.
I don't. But because he did a deep dive on me and is like, dude, this dude is the shit.
And very interested.
Yes.
Well, he would do that, right? Do you know his history? That's his thing.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Yeah, there's a bunch of others. Like, so what I'm doing, like, I've been on Billboard, top of Billboard, 2 albums in a row, and I'm like, yo, let's
Hit me.
let's swing for the
Come
fences.
on, baby.
You know what I'm saying? So we're just waiting. That shit takes forever. You know, sometimes they're like, yeah, I'm kind of interested, but then they're on tour, then they're doing whatever. You know how it is. Like,
How many times does it work where you send someone one song and they say yes right away? Does that happen often or no? Is it usually like, I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I like this. You have
Kevin
to
Gates banged that shit out.
He sent it to him and he was like, you got it.
Yeah, I mean the management. There was some back and forth there, but
Wow,
I mean,
that's all that bullshit
it wasn't
is
like,
bullshit.
do you got another track? Da da da. And it just the verse came back and he just fucking killed it.
He's like, really?
I was like, damn, really?
That dude is fucking great. I love
about-
that.
Hey, yo, you need to get him on here. His interviews are incredible.
Yeah, he's so dude. He is. What I like about him is the same thing I like about you. Is you are you. He is definitely him. There's no mistake.
Nah,
there's
Flair.
no like there's no facade to how he feels.
Nah,
about
he ain't
stuff.
trying to act a certain way.
Doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And doesn't care that other people wouldn't like. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of politicking now where people are like, well, I don't want to upset anybody, but he doesn't give a fuck that he's like, that's how I feel. Why do I give a shit about that you don't like it? Like you know how I feel does that, and I might be wrong. We've talked about him a lot. Is Vince Staples? I don't know him. I like him. And I'm always like, I feel like every time I hear him, he says exactly what he wants to say. And
Yes.
doesn't give a shit if you don't like the way he thinks about stuff.
Yes.
Which I like. You do the same shit though. You're very much that way. After we talked after your show, and I saw your performance and who you are and the way you work, and I was like, oh, this is very much, it's very you.
I'm doing my own shit.
Yeah, you're not copyable.
The whole fucking industry, you know, people ask me like, what's it like to be in the industry? I'm like, I don't fucking know.
You
I'm
make
just
music.
doing Prof.
Right.
Like I don't know the industry. I'm doing my own shit. I'm in the Prof business. I have no fucking clue what y'all doing over there. What it's like to sign your own shit. Like I'm doing my own shit.
And the labeling and all that bullshit and signing deals and all that out of sight, out of mind for you. That's like you just don't. The business part of it exists, but it's not in your funnel.
That man over there, Mike Campbell.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here. I trust him with everything. You know, we go over shit. I make a decision with him, and then we sign the shit, and then I don't talk.
That's great.
I'll check in once a year and say, well, all right, where
are we at?
Just what's everything looking like? Boom, boom. And I'm like, yeah, of course, you're solid as fuck. I trust him with my life. You know what I'm saying?
It's good. Once you find people like that in your circle, you got to
And
keep
so
them really tight.
He'll know what the music industry is, but like he'll tell me like, we just did this and this, and we signed a distribution deal with blah blah blah, and like I don't remember those names, and we'll go into meetings with other important people, and I'm like, and so who do you got over here? And I'm like, oh, and they'll be like, oh my god, that's fucking Paul Rosenberg or fucking whoever, and I'm like, I don't know,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
The fucking in 2020 when I got like they tried to cancel me, my old record label dropped me. Everybody was like, like call me up, like what's up, man? What you want to do?
Yeah.
I'm like we'll take you, like like.
And what was your response? No, I'm good.
Well, we did.
I'll figure it out.
We were like, Mike, what's the best in here and here? And we sat down and we were like, we just cherry picked anybody we want to use, whatever service, and we're doing it all ourselves. But we're using you for this.
A la carte.
This is just a la carte. Everything we
great.
wanted, and our team is fucking killing it now.
And
so.
now you're under Diddy's label, which I thought was very controversial, but you had to do what you had to do.
I'm kind of.
You're a bad boy.
I wish. I'm kind of upset I didn't get fucked.
Isn't that?
I'm like,
You don't think that's crazy? He named his label Bad Boy, and after all
You
this
a
shit, you're
bad
like,
boy.
man, they got you, dude. You set yourself up for ultimate fucking failure. They're never gonna catch that guy, by the way. He's gonna be in one of those what are those? The extradition countries, you know, where they.
I heard he's a Fed. I don't know. I'm not up on it, so I don't know what the fuck is gonna
He's
happen.
gone. He's gone, right? They didn't catch him. Isn't that funny? You would know.
He's
You
still
would-
posting, so he's.
God bless.
Wonka's got
Got a post.
Wonka, he's up on the T. Like he's up
Wonka
on all
knows.
types of shit. And he's like, yo, you hear this and this? I'm like, I don't know, man.
My favorite part about Wonka, by the way, is how much I think he was wearing a superhero shirt at your show last time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's his favorite? Do you know what his favorite superheroes? He was talking about it pretty heavily.
No,
He's into that shit though. He likes that kind of stuff.
he likes weird wrestling. He's all
Yeah,
over the
wrestling
place. He loves
shit.
a lot of shit. He loves music.
He's like a nerd,
He's active,
but like a cool.
He's
nerd.
active all over the place.
Yeah, he's like very into things, very into very specific shit,
Pop culture,
and will tell you everything about it.
entertainment. Yeah,
And I would know none of it.
yeah.
I'm very bad with that. Somebody said that to me last night. I said like, I have a hard time remembering. I know the face of a guy. I couldn't remember John.
That's
Hamm,
me.
But I didn't remember his name.
I know faces really well.
I know who that is.
I don't even know music. Like Reasonable Doubt, I don't fucking know when that came out or when when people are like, oh, are you a historian or da da da.
1996.
Yeah, 96.
I'm
He
like,
remembers.
I don't know what song of mine, what record it's on. Like I don't got space for that shit because
Nah.
I'm doing a lot of other things. You know, there's a lot of things I know about and memorizing and compartmentalizing and data and alphabetical order shit. Like nah,
You're
man.
too busy for that.
I don't know music history, but I could tell you play a song and I could be like, oh, I know why he said this next line because wow, he needs this feeling, and I could sing along to all types of shit.
Right.
But I don't know what record came out first.
You're busy making art.
Yeah.
And your art is wonderful. And
Speaking
I want
of-
everybody on here, by the way, to go either get an album, go to a live show. I would say go to a live show is probably, to me, the most important thing in our business. Go to a live show. If he's near you, go see the boy. Go see the kid in public. Speaking of what were you going to say?
Pop culture. I'm looking at that poster behind you about the bear. See the
Oh
bear?
yeah. Do you know, well, you wouldn't know what that is. That was my first, it was hung behind me in a 30 by 40 foot tapestry for my first stand-up special that was on Showtime. And that is all the Chicago sports teams. That's a bear, a cubby bear for the Cubs. He's wearing Jordans for the Bulls, Blackhawks, and he's wearing White Socks.
Okay, I get it, but I don't care about that. That's not what I was talking
all right.
about.
Sweet boy.
I really want to know your take on something.
Okay. Give it to
The women, the girls.
The girls
No,
in San
the
Antonio
girls
be
who say-
big.
Who say
Barkley. They
The
got some
man-
big ass girls in San Antonio. What? The main what?
man versus bear? The
man
girls who
versus-
you seen the interviews going around? Speaking of women, would you rather be stuck on an island with a bear or a man? Have you seen this?
No. Is this a trend?
Every single woman, just on the streets, it's like a phenomenon right
and
now.
I'm sure everybody goes, a bear.
They all say a bear.
Yeah, I know. That's because this is
And I'm like,
yeah.
there's a lot of talk behind that. And I think that the question is just set up like in a playful way that is just begging for a woman to say, give
We don't
me a
need
bear.
men, give me
Yeah.
a bear. Yeah.
I'm like,
They-
honestly,
they know the
if you're on a little desert island
Yeah.
and there was a fucking cage right here, it was like, and you're like, all right, we got this. We're going to lift this up.
He'll be
This
out.
grizzly bear. And then on the side of that, there's like, I'm Andrew. Hi, I'm Andrew.
This is because women are disillusioned by fucking Disney.
Bitch, for real.
And what
Like-
Disney did with, what's it called? I talked about this with my wife yesterday. Beauty and the Beast. This is because every woman thinks they could tame a fucking horrific creature like this beast into like, there's a sweet man inside of there. I can fix him. You're like, that thing will eat you. That will kill you and eat you and maim you
Let's
into
say
pieces.
you're in the zoo.
Yeah.
There's a man sitting here and you're in the bear fucking cage. You're in the bear territory.
Yeah.
Do you want, okay.
Yeah.
There's a man behind you. You could lift it up and there's Andrew Santino.
Hey.
Or here's the polar bear.
It's a bit.
Stand your ass right there and
Yeah.
tell me that. Like,
No, this is a good bit for them to play this game of like the we don't need men thing. By the way, it would be just as annoying if a guy was like, we don't need women. That's what's so funny is like, you would call that sexist, but like when the girls do it, it's like, it's a funny bit. But if a guy was like, no, women are fucking trash. We don't need bitches. They'd be like, this is a misogynistic piece of shit. And you're like, no, dude, of course we need women. This is bananas. And you don't need men thing is such a stupid, it's such an annoying play.
Dude, have you ever seen a cock and a vagina, bro? They
pull it up.
They work.
Jamie, pull it up.
Bro, they're really good together.
Yeah, it's just, the internet does this thing where it goes, also, I see this a lot. I've seen this more is, people say like, and this is heartbreaking, but they'll go up to a guy or they'll go up to a girl and they'll go, what are you 1 out of 10? And the girl will be like, I think I'm a 7. And then they'll go, what do you think about this guy? Have you seen this? Have you seen this before?
No.
And then she'll go, he's like a 4. And then they'll go to that guy. And then and then he'll go, she's like a 10.
Yeah.
And they'll go, what do you think you are? And the guy's like, I don't know, I'm like a 2 or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah. And it's always diminutive to the dude. It's always like, you're fucking trash. And even the most, and I don't care, even the most like mid-ass looking girl, like fucking bluff, what? She's like, I think I'm like a 9 or a 10. And then she'll rank like a regular ass comparable dude. She'll be like, he's like a 5 or a 6.
Yeah.
Our level of self-confidence is so fucking low in men. And women are, every woman is like, queen,
but there's
you're
a mountain
gorgeous, you're the number 1, you're 10, you're
I think
a fucking
that's sexuality, though. There's, I think still like, I don't know how many generations this took or if it was always this way, but like, I think still a man needs to win a woman over, still.
Sure.
So like, that's just like, I think there's some psychology in there. Be like, that man be like, there's a mountain I need to climb,
Yeah.
Like, damn, there's some work that needs to put in there. And then those numbers kind of represent the fucking effort too that would take.
Well, that's why we like sports. Yeah, you want to win. We don't just, if we got it for free, it would be not that fun. If you were like, I like you, and the girl's like, okay. You'd be like, I don't know.
That's fun sometimes. Let's be honest.
Well, they just, okay, I like you too.
Yeah.
Nah, we like to fight. I think that we like men's inherent, we want to chase. We want to go chase we want to like feel like we can achieve something.
Some fucking English comedian said something that fucking blew my mind.
Probably Jimmy Carr.
Yes.
Yeah, it's almost always Jimmy Carr.
He goes, and I really, I like listening to a lot of people, and I think just take everything with a grain of salt, and there's a lot of nuance on shit, so there's not a lot of like singular phrases that really change the way I think.
Yeah.
But I said, oh, fuck, that's right.
What did he
said,
say?
It's not the fucking pursuit of happiness.
It's the happiness
It's the happiness of pursuit.
Yeah.
And he was talking about rich kids just having nothing, and like going back to the house I bought or the fucking Ferrari. Once you're in that bitch, you're like, what the fuck? This isn't happiness.
No.
While I was pursuing that shit, some of the best times of my career, broke as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On Medicare, Medicaid, I'm still rapping, going, just fighting tooth and nail, literally, physically. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Those were romantic times. I was fighting hard. I was pursuing like crazy, and if that shit goes away or, you see old rappers, they think they get money or whatever, and then they like, their music starts to fucking suffer. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what are you pursuing?
Yeah. What are you pursuing?
It's the happiness of pursuit. Like I agree with that shit wholeheartedly.
It's the happiness of pursuit. Don't forget that, kiddo. While you're working your way through shit and complaining about having more money than you've ever had, you fucking brat.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking brat.
Maybe you should cut your hair.
Cut your hair, you fucking brat. Yeah, that's right. Turn your mic down. Don't say shit.
Oh shit!
Hey,
you can hear laughter outside on the good
I know.
jokes.
No. Well, them.
People are here.
Ladies and gentlemen, do me a huge favor. Go see my beautiful, sweet, low-profile shoe-wearing Prince.
These are barefoot shoes.
Hilarious. That's good. You just walk around barefoot?
I have strong calves, ankles, toes.
Go see a strong calf, ankles, toes tour. What's a website, by the way?
Prof Campo.
I don't care.
Yeah, you do.
I don't. I don't like to promote on podcasts. I'm just here to talk to you.
I'm going to do it.
ProfCampo.com.
Thank you so much. Go see the king. You're a sweet lad,
Yeah.
and I hope you get those. I hope you get those people to jump on your shit because you deserve it.
Before I go, I love you.
I love you too.
Like, there's a rare amount of people. Did we just like vibe from the jump? Like that one night you came and saw me at Raleigh, we talked for like 3 hours. I'm like,
yeah.
And then right away I'm like, what's going on with this? And we
just
came to
chatting.
Minneapolis. I'm like, damn, I feel like I've known you for a long time. I think
it's
that's like
because
rare.
we have. I think. Well, if you really want to break it down, I think it's because we have a similar. I think men who had some
big dicks.
Yeah, well, he said it.
Mm-hmm.
Men who have something traumatic dad stuff. I think you bond pretty inherently. My father was not a part of my life as a kid. He was in prison. And so then I think guys who have that, this may be bullshit, but guys who have that tend to be similar men because you had to work really hard to be your own man because you didn't really have a dad who ushered you the way that some people were lucky enough to have. And I think you kind of emulate the same...
searching.
Yeah, the same things in life where you kind of see through bullshit pretty easily, kind of call out bullshit. You really care passionately and deeply about real male relationships. When you see a guy you like, you're like, I fuck with this guy. I fuck with this guy. And I've always been that way. When I meet a dude that I like, I know that I like them. I can feel something in them. And I think it's probably comes from a lack of a partial male figure who created some trauma where you're like, well, I'm not just going to trust every dude. I'm going to see men.
Right.
I'm going to see men for their value and their truth. And then you kind of get away from fake friendships. I don't have a lot of like dudes in my life where I'm like, why do we fucking hang with that guy? I've never had that.
Straight up.
And I hear that with people where they're like, I don't even know why the guy's in our group. And
Hell
I'm
no,
like,
there's
get that fucking rid of that guy.
There's not one motherfucker that like a man that I keep in my life that I'm like halfway about.
It's flimsy, right?
Yes.
And I think people do that because some people are they're like, I don't want to fucking hurt his feelings, and
or clout. He seems powerful.
Right.
He
could give me something
or something.
No,
yeah.
fuck that. I just don't have that. To me, I don't like it. I've never liked that, and maybe I'm inferring too much, but I feel like it comes from that thing where you're like,
Could be. I've never thought about that.
I value male relationships because I was sitting on a stoop waiting for my dad to show up.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
You just solved. Just have every fucking dad leave, and you could have good dudes like us.
That's
you know
right,
what I'm saying?
dude.
Like,
Ruin
we
your
the
kids'
fatherless America. Hey, cheers,
Hey, cheers.
dog.
We're working on it, baby. To fatherless America.
We'll figure it out.
All right, we got to end this episode because it's beautiful and I love you. I really do cherish you. And I mean it. I know you don't want to plug, but I will say to my fans, please go see him live because we went and had one of the best nights. It was fucking amazing. It was just, I love live performance.
My music is good. Just stream that, so it's a lot easier.
Yeah,
if you
go
don't
see
like
you
my
live.
music, don't come see me live.
Yeah, but you're gonna. There's no fucking doubt. But please go stream that. We end the show the same way. Look into that camera right there, you beautiful motherfucker, and say one word or one phrase to end the episode. It can be a word if you want it to be one word, but it can be a beautiful phrase if you want to kind of give a little piece of you to the people.
This is crazy. You just said it. That like brought me back.
Yeah.
I've been telling my friends this. Cherish. I cherish you. I've been texting my homegirls, my homies. I've been texting them, and I don't think I've said it with you.
Yeah, you better say it to me now. Now,
I cherish you. But you said I cherish you. I'm like,
I cherish you.
I've been texting my homies and my homegirls like, cherish, cherish something, cherish.
Fuck yeah.
The more you say it, the more fucked up it gets. Cherish.
Cherish.
It's gonna cherish.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the